2,500,000, at 2,500,000 metre, at 2.5. Could go really well on your coach.
Hello, I'm Caroline Searcy. Welcome to the preview of the 2022 Inglis Australian Easter Yearling Sale. This is the elite of the elite. If you want to play at the top end of the international thoroughbred market, this is where you have to play. But don't be mistaken, there's plenty of great value on offer as well. In the next hour and a half, we'll preview yearlings from the regular vendor topping Arrowfield Stud, Vinery Stud, Coolmore Stud, Crestfield, Widden Stud, Yarraman Park, Kitchwin Hills, Tyreel and Newgate Farm. Don't miss each and every one of these yearlings who'll not only set the Riverside sales ring on fire, but also the racetrack. Arrowfield Stud has a great reputation as the leading vendor at the Inglis Easter Yearling Sale, and when you see the success on the racetrack of Inglis graduates, it's easy to see why. This year they're welcoming the first yearlings by their champion racehorse, the Autumn Sun, who's hoping to follow on the legacy of this guy with his own statue, another son of Redout's choice, four-time champion Australian sire Snitzel. In this preview, we look at some fabulous fillies from Arrowfield Stud, looking to follow in the footsteps of some fantastic Group 1 performers. John, it's always a pleasure coming to Arrowfield Stud and seeing these, it's a new generation of what we know will be racetrack champions. And we've filmed so many of your wonderful yearlings who've had such success, such as Magic even just last year, that have gone on and are already producing on the racetrack.
Yes, we've filmed some wonderful horses over the years. Magic, of course, last year, who was the sale topper, and looks like a genuine Group 1 prospect this autumn. Before him, there was Estejar, who was the Golden Slipper winner, was a filly that we loved, and so we hope that we've got some similar calibre horses this year.
And the history of the property, I know what John Massara and the family and all of you have tried to do is build generations of your broodmares and of course your stallions as well. And we're seeing the first of the Autumn Suns this year, and it's been so exciting so far seeing how well they've sold, and so many are absolute peas in the pod of this champion colt.
Look, he's a magnificent horse and we're so excited by his first crop. They've sold particularly well at all the sales so far. And I think there's been some exceptional individuals, horses that you would think would gallop for certain. They really have impressed us with their depth and strength and athleticism, so we're really excited for those going forward. But you're right, we've worked very hard on developing our broodmare band and developing families. And this year we're selling some wonderful fillies from those families that gives other breeders and people an opportunity to not only buy a racehorse, but also buy a broodmare that they might have for generations.
And speaking of the fillies, you've chosen to focus on 5 fillies going to Inglis Easter 2022. Tell me sort of the reasoning behind that, because as we said, the generations that people can breed on from these fillies it's non-ending.
Well, the fillies that we've suggested that we show you today are fillies from really important families that we're continuing to develop, and families that we think are great taproot families. And I think they're really important sort of fillies from these families that will be known for generations. In particular, the Miss Finland family, which we'll see a filly from. It's an opportunity for breeders this year, and maybe a one-off opportunity where we offer these fillies of this calibre. So we thought, well, if we focus on those, people will get an opportunity to see what we have to offer at the coming sale.
Well, we start with lot 448, as you mentioned. This is the filly from Stay With Me, the 1,000 Guineas winner, and the daughter, of course, of your champion in Miss Finland. And by done deal, she sort of really has that powerful sort of, deep girth, big, strong back end, and really sensible sort of filly with the high shap done deal walk. But Stay With Me is already doing the job too, which is fantastic to see, with Always On My Mind, a winner, and of course, Waltz On By, second in the Talon Dirt.
Yeah, look, both of those fillies, I think, are Group winners in waiting. Always On My Mind is headed for the Group 1 SA Oaks, and the other filly, Waltz On By, was a great run in the Blue Diamond, still waiting to get a run, and she's more of a 1,000 Guineas 3-year-old type, we think. Would be wonderful if she could emulate her mother and grandmother, both won that race. So they're the first two foals of the mare. This is the third foal. So it's a magnificent family. Maybe, you know, there'll be three generations of Group 1 winners. In fact, Miss Finland's grandmother won the English Oaks, so that's how good a family this is. And this is, I think, in my opinion, an outstanding filly. Probably as nice a done deal filly as we've ever bred.
Lot 424 by your four-time champion Australian sire in Snitzel, and again from a Group 1 winning mare, Silent Sedition. She won the William Reid, she won the Summon, she won the Mannerism twice as well. And this is just such a Snitzel, isn't this filly? Really powerful, she gets on with it, a good walk, and just sort of went straight into a beautiful sort of stand-up too. So just again, the best representation of what's been sent to Snitzel.
Exactly, and look, she's a glorious filly. I think she's very comparable to Esther Jarve herself as an individual. We thought she was outstanding. This filly, in my opinion, is equally as good as Snitzel filly, and she was a great race mare, Silent Sedition, as you mentioned, and another one from a great taproot family. You know, grandmother Porter Rocker was a Coolmore winner. You've got a Dubai World Cup winner right there on the page, so this is a really important family. And Silent Sedition looks like doing the job as a broodmare. She's by War Chant. Our own Shalar is out of a War Chant mare, so she ticks every box for me, and I think she's a cracking filly.
Next is lot 463, a filly by Morris from Teaspoon, a Snitzel mare. So, of course, we know he's definitely going to be a champion broodmare sire with so many wonderful fillies to his name. She was a two-time winner. She won the Widden Stakes. She was out and running early, sister to Aliana Tilda, Smites' Trish, Freestyle, Stella Artois. Just a great fillies family through there too. And Morris, I mean, what an incredible job he's done just in recent times with Hitotsu coming back, winning the Australian Guineas, Mazoo winning the Fireball, and the Beast from the East has thrown another wonderful filly here.
Yeah, she's a lovely filly, lovely scope in that to her. A fair bit bigger than her mother, who was a really talented 2-year-old we had with Michael Friedman. And this filly is, as you say, Morris is doing such a great job. Incredibly versatile, the Morrises. His first crop, he's got some, you know, a couple of amazing horses. And this filly she represents that family which has been so precocious and such a good filly family as well. So we've got high hopes for her. She's got probably more scope than a lot of that family. So I would expect she'd be a 2-year-old come 3-year-old as well.
Next is lot 359 by Not a Single Doubt from Presque Isle, a Japanese mare. She was a winner over the 2,000 metres in Japan, which is the toughest of company really worldwide. But she's such a Not a Single Doubt, this filly, isn't she? That, big barrel, plenty of engine room there. She's so like Dad. And that great Sunday Silence blood in there as well. And a great action. This is a super filly.
Yeah, lovely action. She, as you say, she's a lot like Not a Single Doubt, like the best Not a Single Doubts. But again, a very important family internationally. Her grandmother was a top-class performer in France and the USA. Her 3 half-sisters have all thrown major Group 1 winners. And a third dam was a champion 2-year-old in America. So as good international blood as you can get. And this is a glorious filly, yeah. She's marvellous action on her. And I think when people see her, they'll be she'll be on every second list.
Yeah, and not many Not a Single Doubts left, are there?
No, this is the end of them, unfortunately, and what a great servant he's been to the farm. We'll miss them immensely, but this is as good a filly as we've seen in several years, I'd say.
And finally, something I'd love to get my hands on, that's a filly by the Autumn Sun. Of course, the champion, as we know, as we talked about at the top of the piece here, Angel of Mercy herself, she won 6 times, including a Lord Mayor's Cup in Brisbane, the Group 3, several other stakes races. Family of Divine Madonna, it's just a wonderful, again, a great fillies family. And that great Redout's Choice Hassanay cross that we see through the Autumn Sun as well, the son of Redout's Choice. Just a wonderful, quite a leggy sort of filly, isn't she? And he's put a little bit of size in there as well.
He does put a bit of size into them. He's quite a big, leggy horse himself. And as you say, it's a marvellous cross. Redout's and Hassanay's been absolutely magic. He's a tremendous outcross blood, Hassanay, the way he's bred by Mr. Prospector. And this filly was a glorious foal. She was one of the most beautiful foals you'd ever see. And now she's just grown into a beautiful yearling. She's athletic, she's got quality, she's just got the right size. And she's typical of the Autumn Suns in that she's got that beautiful depth and shoulder to her. So we love her, and I think the market will appreciate her as well.
You know, we are rolling into the very best sale. Everything else sort of feels a bit like a prelude, doesn't it, to Inglis Easter, and Arrowfield, I'm sure, again, will be right up there at the top of the tree with a fantastic draft.
Well, I think we've got a great draft. We've got the biggest draft we've ever taken to Easter, but we've got some lovely horses there, and importantly, I think we've got some very good racehorses. So, and that's, for us, that's what it's all about. If we can produce good racehorses, then everything else looks after itself.
Some exceptional fillies again here at Arrowfield Stud, and we'll undoubtedly be seeing them and their offspring in pedigree pages for generations to come. Coming up after the break, we preview some highlight lots from Coolmore Stud, including the first yearlings by the mighty Justify. Along with their reputation for being one of the world's leading thoroughbred breeders, one thing that stood out about Coolmore Stud this year has been their fabulous promotion of their new stallion, the unbeaten American Triple Crown winning champion Justify, and the Ferrari on offer for the first of his winners of a number of select races in Australia and New Zealand. And he is truly unique in the world order, so it's not surprising to see competition will be fierce for that Ferrari.
Justify, he's just perfect, and now he's just immortal! Justify is the 13th Triple Crown winner!
John, everywhere we've gone this sales season, all anyone wants to talk about is Justify and then the incredible red Ferrari up for offer for one of his offspring that wins the select races in Australia or New Zealand. You've just done such a wonderful marketing job for this stallion.
We've really gotten behind Justify. He's a really exciting horse. We really wanted to announce him in Australia with a bang, and this Justify idea with the Ferrari has gone down really well.
In terms of him as a racehorse, I mean, we know he's a Triple Crown winner, but an unbeaten Triple Crown winner. What does he bring to Australian mares?
Well, he's an outcross for one, which is very important. What he brings to Australia is a recognition of how strong the industry is down here. We really wanted to bring a horse to the breeders in Australia that would complement their mares. He seems to cross well with the Fast and Rock mares. We've seen some very good foals by him, and we're really excited about what he's going to bring to the racetrack over here.
Yeah, and talking about those Australian mares, I mean, the 5 yearlings we're going to look at, they're either out of group-winning graduates of the farm or siblings to group-winning graduates from Coolmore. I mean, it's a great generational, you know, sort of success story you've created.
We've had a long association with the Easter sale. We really like to target it with our best yearlings every year. We've got a great bunch of breeders here in the farm. They've had great success with this sale also, and we really feel like we've got a strong draft this year. A lot of athletes in it.
Well, the first lot here at Coolmore for Inglis Easter 2022 is lot 181. This is a colt by Justify. You know, as we said, just a wonderful racehorse, the son of Scat Daddy, and that Johannesburg line has worked all the way through here in Australia. And from a Fastnet Rock mare, Formality, and she was, of course, a wonderful race filly, winning the Silver Shadow, the Furious, the Blue Sapphire, the Chairman's, and multiple Group 1 place getter as well. He's a really athletic, powerful colt, isn't he?
He's a lovely colt. He's been a standout from day one. We're really happy with the way he's progressed through the prep. He handles his work very well. He's got a great mindset. He's a great example of what the Justify Fastnet Rock Cross is. She was obviously a filly of her generation. She was placed in the Blue Diamond, Group 1 placed at 3, Group 2 winning juvenile. This is a really exciting colt. He looks a very precocious sort. We're very excited about him.
Lot 59, this is a gorgeous colt by Fastnet Rock, as you said, not only a champion stallion, but also just such a wonderful sprinter, wasn't he, in his day. As Avant the Dam, well, she's produced the full sister Avantage, an absolute champion in New Zealand, a 9-time Group 1 winner, and he's a really fast, forward-looking type, isn't he?
He really is. He's a precocious sort. He's quite similar to Avantage. This guy, he was bred by Sir Owen Glenn. He's a great supporter of the farm. We're really excited to have him here in the draft. He's in the same mould as his sister. She was a Group 1 winning 2-year-old, and this guy looks like he'll be up and running early.
And of course we know the Fastnet Rock Zabeel cross is absolute gold.
Absolutely. Atlantic Jewel, Avantage, they're probably 2 of his best fillies, and it's a very exciting cross.
Lot 154, this is just a cracker of a filly by Justify from the Fastnet Rock mare Ennis Hill. She won the Chairman's at just her second start. Hips Don't Lie, Her Dam, just a super race filly and has produced at Lake Geneva Acrobat amongst others as well. And this is, you know, a lot like these really gorgeous group winning fillies on the page.
This is a really exciting family. It's really starting to shine through every year. There's always stakes performers coming out of the page. This filly, she is just a standout in my opinion. She's going down really well with people coming to visit the farm. She handles herself very well with a great temperament, and she really looks like she's got plenty of athleticism about her.
And the cross is obviously very popular. I mean, we saw the top price Justify colt earlier on in the year, $600,000 from Lake Geneva. So the cross is in demand.
Absolutely. A lot of this mare's siblings have been to Justify also. All of the animals that have been bred in this cross have been highly rated since they were born. From day dot, when we heard Justify was coming down here, we put a lot of careful planning into what mares we'd send him. We really felt like we've sent him a serious lineup of mares. We want to really give him every chance of succeeding down here in Australia. And this is the type of filly that we're really excited about producing at the sales.
And we know how well Fastnet Rock as a broodmare sire has already worked with so many of these international shuttle stallions that are outcrossers.
Absolutely. Santana Lane, Gitra, Tavachi, to name a few. He's a very potent cross and he seems to complement the stallions that are coming into the country.
Lot 86 is a filly by Fastnet Rock from the High Chaparral mare Bring Me Roses. She was a super race filly herself, won the Edward Manifold, second in the Empire Rose and the Victorian Oaks, and also placed in an Australian Guineas against the boys too. So the freckled face, face value family, Diamond Earth is in there as well. So another wonderful representative of Fastnet Rock, but has that great high chap sort of action as well, but not a big filly.
Not a big filly, medium-sized filly. She's got a lot of balance and quality about her. Obviously her mother doesn't need any introduction. She was trained by Tony McAvoy, Group 2 winner, Group 1 placed. It's a Coolmore family. The mare was bred here in the farm by Dennis O'Brien. He's been with us for a number of years, Dennis. He's been a great supporter of the farm. He's a very good breeder. He offered Pretty Brazen through the Inglis Easter draft a number of years ago, and she made 700 at Easter, and she's had plenty of racetrack success. This filly looks like an athlete. She's going down very well. She's an exciting filly and we're very happy to offer her at Easter.
And finally at Coolmore, lot 178, this is a filly by Justify again from the Turfontaine mare Fontaine Ruby. Six-time winner she was, won the Edward Manifold, the Caulfield Classic. She won out to 2,000 metres and she's also thrown Parure, who is by Fastnet Rock and winner of the Autumn Classic. So the family's improving. The Mitigator also has had an update on the page too, but she's a really elegant, scopy sort of girl, isn't she?
Yes, she is. She's very similar to her sister who was offered through the Easter draft a number of years ago, and she was bred by Robert and Barbara McClure and John and Kath Murray. She's a very elegant filly. She's got a lot of quality about her with great strength. She carries herself very well with a great temperament and handles her workload very well through the preparation.
Well, the excitement is, as I said off the top, you know, particularly around the first of the Justify yearlings, but it is such an exciting time for a huge operation such as Coolmore Stud, for your staff, for your clients, for everyone involved, heading to Inglis Easter.
Our year focuses towards this sale. It's got the best pedigrees in the stud book available. We're really looking forward to inviting our clients to see what we've prepared, all our hard work over the last couple of years, putting lots of thought into these pedigrees and producing these animals. It's been a number of years now since we've had international clients in the sales complex. It's going to be good to have them back in the country and welcome them to the Easter sales.
So much anticipation for the Justify progeny to hit the track and see who drives away in that red Ferrari. Coming up after the break on our Inglis Easter yearling sale preview, the flying fillies and cocky colts showing off their wares around the paddocks at historic Widden Stud. The Thompson family's historic Widden Stud in the Hunter Valley of New South Wales has been producing racetrack champions for generations, and their history with the Inglis Easter yearling sale goes back to the very first Inglis sales. This year their yearlings represent some wonderful stallions from their very best broodmares on behalf of a number of elite clients. Anthony, it's been obviously we've had probably too much rain certainly, but the paddocks are looking fantastic and lush, and you're coming off a wonderful sales season, Widden Stud, including topping the Inglis Premier sale in Melbourne, so everything's going along really well into Inglis Easter.
Yeah, the first 3 sales were very busy sales. We obviously sold 40 at Magic Millions, another 40 at Classic, and then 40 in the Premier sale. Some fantastic results for ourselves and our clients. We're really pleased to present so many nice horses and see them sell so well. And with that, obviously, the excitement and the satisfaction of launching 2 young stallions, first season sires, in Trapeze Artist and Written By, and to see their first crop yearlings get to the sale, be so well received, so much positive comment, and again bought by some of the best judges and going into the top stables. So very satisfying start to the sales season. And obviously the Green Book now is where we're focused and heading to Easter.
Well, it's always an absolute delight seeing these gorgeous Widden yearlings galloping around the paddock, and we start with lot 460. This is a filly by Fastnet Rock from a new approach mare, Sword of Light. She was a super filly. She won the Blue Diamond Preview and trained on to win the Group 2 Let's Elope Stakes as well. She's a half to Sword of Justice as well. It's only her second foal, but it's a great David Moody family of Flamberge, Sunburnt Land, Kutana, and we've seen Sword of Mercy run third in the Group 2 Rubiton since the catalogue went to print. But just a beautiful, big, strong girl, isn't she? That powerful backhand, just a lovely filly.
Yeah, she's all quality. That's what you want to see in a good Fastnet Rock filly. Nice sized, a lot of quality, lovely moving filly. Obviously she's bred the right way. That prepotent Danehill Galileo cross, or Fastnet Rock over Galileo, it's been responsible for 24 stakes winners, 9 of them Group 1 winners. Obviously Group 1 winning fillies like Unforgotten and Superstar Personal. So she's bred the right way, and she looks, just something special. She's a real blue chip filly, and I think when we get to Easter, she's going to be a very, very popular filly indeed.
Next is lot 183, a filly by I Am Invincible from French Emotion. We know Vinny again doing a fabulous job with the likes of Home Affairs and Marabi and so many more, and a Schnitzel mare too, so you've got a wonderful cross there. French Emotion herself, what a fabulous race filly she was, winning the Blazer, the Queen of the South, and so many others. Second in a Maya Classic too. Third down My Brilliant Star, an Oaks winner, and this filly just loved to gallop, didn't she? She just absolutely took off.
Yeah, she's a real jet. When you see her, she's explosive, she's very sharp, very intelligent too. You can just see how athletic she is. She takes everything in. Working with her, she wants to please, and she's a very quick learner, and she does give you that impression she's going to be very, very sharp. And certainly the way you see her here in the paddock, obviously her mother had great ability. Chris Waller, had a lot of success with her at Group 2 level, as you said. Group 1 placed at Flemington on Derby Day in the mire. When you know how good Mum is, and then you see this filly, obviously you get pretty excited.
Next we have lot 115, a filly by Zoostar from the I Am Invincible mare Compronde, and she herself a 2-time winner, half to Excites the ladies, a ladies' night out. Serda as well is from the mare too, who's run a second in the Golden Gift, but she just, another one who loved to run. The slow canter though is just absolutely floating over the ground, and I know she's a real favourite of yours.
Yeah, she's an incredible filly. From day one she was just a star, and to see her really grow out and continue to sort of blossom and furnish, just her length of stride, the way she moves, as you said, Caroline, she is just a real queen, and I know people say that, but when you see this filly from the moment she's born to heading to the sale, you get that feeling about her. Obviously Comprende herself, early days of I'm Invincible, she was a very, very high priced filly from one of his, I think, first crop, just because she was such a good looking mare and had that aura about her. Her first foal, Serda, in the catalogue it says 2 placings from only 2 starts. That doesn't really tell the story. Her first trial, she was very impressive, beating 4 moves ahead. Her first start, she ran second to Tiger Malay at Randwick. And her second start, $1 million Golden Gift, she was second in to Sneaky 5. Unfortunately then, she had an accident, slipped over, and she's lost some vision, so she hasn't been able to race again. She's safely been sent back to Widden. We've taken care of her and got her in foal to Zoostar as well, but I'm sure she would have been a filly that would have gone right onto the top level. Only those 2 starts, but you can see she was a filly of enormous talent and a lovely current family. So many nice fast horses and good looking family, and this filly, as I said, we see her as just an absolute queen from day one.
We move on to a gorgeous colt. This fellow by Zoostar. We know, of course, he's had Brereton winning the Maribyrnong Plate, Mizzy, Lightsaber, Kiku glistening in the last year, and so many more. And the dam Bonnie O'Reilly, what a super race mare she was. 8 wins, 5 in a row at one point, and a stakes winner. And she's assisted at the dam of one of the best fillies going around in Espiona. So again, plenty of updates for Got You in the family, one of the season's top 3-year-olds as well. And the half brother is already showing plenty of promise with Chris Waller. So it's just all upside with this colt.
Yeah, obviously the first foal out of Bonnie O'Reilly made a massive impression last year where he topped the Magic Millions sale, 1.9 million, and he looks quite a talented horse from what we've seen to date. O'Reilly mares can't do anything wrong there. Over 100 stakes winners out of O'Reilly mares, 19 Group 1 winners already and counting. As you said, it's a great family, and this colt, he's that sort of colt that just such a classy horse. You can see how athletic he is. You know, he is a bit playful. He's that sort of horse that, you know, he moves so easily and does things so well, and he's got that cheeky nature. He really stands out, and the way he covers ground and presents, I'm sure he's going to be a really classy horse going forward, as he has been all the way through.
Lot 434, this colt again will attract enormous interest as you'd expect. Zoostar Solar Charge, so he is the full brother to your absolute champion filly in Sunlight, and also to her sister Sistar, who was a group winner too. Just a huge gallop. I mean, he really, when he takes off, he just covers the ground too. He's a real sort of character as well, and I mean, you don't really need to say more about the family because everyone knows it.
Yeah, obviously a full brother to a champion. She was an incredible filly to go from early days as a 2-year-old right through to do what she did on the track, and this colt's a lot like her. He's some colt, you know, he's just that really strong, powerful type colt. He's got muscles on his muscles. You can see his jowl. He's just that really tough, robust colt who wants to do it, and I think when you see him at sales, he's going to stand like an Adonis above a lot of other horses on the complex.
And the head, as you say, that jowl, and you know, we sort of stood him next to where another horse was galloping around, and he just, you know, took it all in, and he's just got that brain and that look about him that, you know, just says stallion.
Yeah, he certainly is a horse that'll be on all the Colts buyers lists. When they're looking for a future stallion, they're looking for that horse that has the real presence that he has. Obviously, the muscle definition into his forearm and his gaskin, you can see what a powerful horse he is. He's ready to be broken in and get on with it, and that's what he wants to do. He's that sort of horse, but he's got the temperament to deal with it, as you said, and he's a lovely horse to have around, and one we're really proud of, and one we love working with and can't wait to present to buyers.
Finally here at Widden Stud, lot 418, another colt with a stallion's pedigree. Zoostar Aim Invincible Cross out of a wonderful race mare in She's So High. She won the Proud Miss in South Australia, the Bob Hoysted as well, and she was a really strong group performer as well in Group 1 company. Just a stunning individual. Again, you get the family of Shooting to Win and Deep Field, so both stallions right up close there. You know, just an outstanding type. Another one I know is one of your favourites.
Yeah, a real rock star, this guy, that lovely rich colour. It's just got the quality head, that lovely Zoostar, big action on him, covers the ground so easily. I guess from our point of view, he's just been a real awe about this horse from day one. We spent a fair bit of money to buy She's So High. I loved her as a race filly. Mick Price trained her. She only had the 10 starts, and 9 of them appear on the page. That's how high class she was. Multiple stakes winner, and the Group 1 performance in the 1,000 guineas slots in there as well. You know, I think that was only her 4th start. You know, she was a really nice I'm Invincible mare herself, and for her to come out with a first foal like this, we're really thrilled. When you do spend a lot of money on a mare and you send them to your stallion like Zoostar, you've put a lot of faith in them and you've staked plenty. But this colt has really rewarded us, and I think he showed we're on the right track. He's as I said, there's just an aura about this horse, and you know, of the Zoostars I've seen and worked with, he's right up there.
And it is, of course, the Valley of Champions. So, you know, there are big footsteps or hoof prints for these horses to kind of follow in. But I mean, they do it on the track, of course, all the Widden graduates, and these will do exactly the same. How do you feel taking this particular group to Inglis Easter 2022?
We're very excited by what we've got to present, Caroline. Obviously, you know, I've only shown you half a dozen yearlings here, and I could have shown you the whole draft, because right across the board, it's a quality draft. So many nice horses there, a great representation of sires. You know, when we get to the Riverside complex, people will come around, enjoy the Widden hospitality. I'll be able to show them these horses. You know, I think we're in for a really nice few days.
Nothing like seeing some of the best bred yearlings in Australia flying around the historic paddocks at Widden Stud. Coming up after the break, the rising force in the Australian stallion ranks, Newgate Farm, and tried and true yearlings from Vinery Stud, who always produce Group 1 performers on the track. Henry Field's Newgate Farm has already produced a rich history of success in the racing and breeding world in Australia. And you'd be wise to look at each and every one of these next yearlings coming up from Newgate Farm, who are bound to reach the heights of their predecessors. Fabulous to be here at Newgate Farm, as it always is. And I mean, just from one year to the next, what your stallions are doing is absolutely unbelievable. The farm itself, just an absolute showpiece too, and all the mares are doing the job as well. So it's just been another wonderful 12 months.
Yeah, look, Caroline, on behalf of Gavin and Catherine, Henry and Louise, and Matthew and Wendy, and all the team here at Newgate, we're delighted to have you here to showcase our Easter, 5 of our, Easter draft. The farm looks fantastic. We've had enough rain to keep us going, not as bad as some areas, thank God. And look, the success in the track, success in the sales ring. Obviously, we've been leading consigner at both Magics and Classics so far this year. Winners keep churning out, 2-year-olds keep churning out, and we hopefully are going to have a few more good horse in this draft.
Well, we start here with lot 171. This is a filly by I Am Invincible. I mean, what an incredible run he's had. Flamboyant Lass, a strata mare. She won a couple of times herself. Was third in a Blue Diamond Prelude. And Nitrous, who's now circuit 7, the half-brother, has won again since the catalogue went to print in Hong Kong. And she's an intelligent filly. She's a real thinker, isn't she? Aware of everything that's going on.
Yeah, look, I'm Invincible's fillies like this don't need much introduction. She was bred by 3 great clients of the farm, and Rob Love, David Henderson and Gary Diamond. And look, from day one she's always been very straightforward, good quality filly, moves really well, and she's going to be very well received.
The next is a colt, lot 226, by Your Own Deep Field from Invading Humour. So a wonderful running stakes winning mare, multiple stakes winner in the US, the dam of this colt. And of course, Deep Field, we know with horses such as Skyfield, a Group 1 winner in Hong Kong, Quantum Mechanic, Fatous, Big Parade, Chat, they just keep on winning by your gorgeous stallion. And there's an update on the page to Appreciate It from Wise Investor, who's in the pedigree, has been a stakes winner in Maidan.
Yeah, look, the stallion is having a fantastic year. He's having winners every day of the week. He's having a fantastic sales year so far. He's averaging nearly 300,000, which is an unbelievable result. This is a real international pedigree, good running, real exactly what you expect of a deep field colt. Great temperament, does everything you ask. He's probably a lot of the lads in the Yearling barn's favourite because he moves so well on the lunge. He's just a very straightforward colt, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him in some of the better races next year.
Next, lot 233. This is a colt by, again, Your Own Capitalist. What a sensational year he's having again this year. Just recent winners such as I'm Loving You in the Talendert, Marine One, the Rubiton, Sebenak, the Chairman's, and so many more as well. The dam is a mare by Redout's Choice, so it doesn't get much better than that. She is the daughter of Booklet, who was a fabulous race filly herself as well. So really lovely forward sort of colt, this fellow too, and really great to see a capitalist here from your farm.
Yeah, look, he's a real mature, short cannon colt, bred by probably one of Henry's first clients when he set up Newgate, Nick Vass, and he's a great supporter of the farm and a great supporter of the colt syndicate, and we're delighted to showcase a colt like this for Nick. He's real mature. I really like him. He's early. He won't delay. And look, the results Capitalist are having. I mean, you think his oldest are only 3-year-olds. The amount of stakes performers and Group 1 winners he's had, it's an unbelievable result for young stallion.
Now we look at another I'm Invincible filly. This is lot 393 from the Bernardini mare Rude Awakening. She was just a superstar, wasn't she, as a race filly? She won the Diamond Stakes, the Group 1 at 2 in New Zealand. She won the Karaka Million and was just a multiple stakes place getter as well. And she's had Rise of the Masses already. This is the half-brother to this filly. And she's a lovely scopy filly, isn't she?
Caroline, she's a lovely filly. Probably Queen is bandied around by stud managers around the Hunter Valley a lot when you're doing your interviews before Easter, but from day one this filly was a queen. She's bred by Sir Owen Glenn, who's a huge supporter of the farm. He's a broodmare band here that is second to none, managed by Stephen O'Connor, who does a fantastic job. and it's a great honour to have a filly like this going to Easter. She's very straightforward. She's out of a champion 2-year-old. She's mature, she's sharp, she's pretty special.
And finally here at Newgate, lot 464, a colt by Exceed and Excel with the GS brand, the Gory Stud brand, and Tempt Me Not the Dam. She was a wonderful filly. She won the PJ Bell and she was placed in races such as the Light Finger Stakes too. He's really powerful, isn't he? He's just the right sort of Exceed and Excel with that huge powerful behind and a really good swinging action.
It's a huge honour for everybody at Newgate here to breed a colt of this quality in partnership with, you know, one of the most famous stud farms in Australia, in Vinery Park Stud. Look, from the day he was born here at Newgate, we knew he was a bit special. He was always real straightforward, typical good Exceed and Excel colt of a good fast running mare. He's always just done everything we asked of him. He's great action, great quality colt, and look, I think he'll go down really well at Easter.
And of course these are just 5 of the yearlings that you have here at Newgate Farm. There are so many more I guess you could choose from, because we are talking the elite of the elite, the best of the best.
Yeah, look, it was painstaking to try and pick that selection out of the draft we have, because I honestly think it's probably the best draft of yearlings we've brought to Easter in a long time. They're a fantastic bunch of fillies and colts with all multiple sisters and brothers to Group 1 winners, all out of fast, young running mares. So look, of the selection we picked, you know, there's some lovely colts and fillies amongst them. If there's anything to go by on every sale we've been at so far this year, there will be fireworks at Easter.
Another elite crop of yearlings from Newgate Farm. Vinery Stud had a 2021 Inglis Australian Easter yearling sale they will never forget. They achieved outstanding results, and this year expectations are high for a similar sale at Riverside.
He's a lovely horse. You know, he's just been a standout, you know, from the time he was born and all the way through, and yeah, he's just got a lot of quality.
It's a great family, ladies and gentlemen. I think the colt will only add to the black type on the page. Who'd like to start him? He goes. Done. 2.1 million, Will.
Yeah, they do a lot of hard work, and it's just great to get the results for them.
Adam, well, who can forget the incredible scenes at Inglis Easter last year when you had the second top prize $2.1 million yearling, also a filly selling for $1.4 million, and the sale was a huge success. And this sale every year is such a barometer of the success of the farm, isn't it?
Absolutely, Caroline. Yeah, I'll never forget the excitement and the success that we had at the sale last year. You know, for us to top the averages at Sydney Easter was a terrific thrill. As you say, we had 4 horses sell over $1 million and another one that made $950, and you know, it was an exceptional group of horses, and they sold accordingly. Well, the farm's obviously well proven that it can produce a racehorse at the highest level. You know, for generations it's been doing that. You know, it's such a terrific horse property. You know, the level of horse that comes off this farm, we're extremely proud of. And you know, over the last sort of 3 or 4 years, having sold a Magic Millions winner, a Blue Diamond winner, and a Golden Slipper winner, not many farms can boast that, so we're very proud of it.
And of course, Nobel, the Exceed and Excel Peace Force from last year, he's already shown promise. He's placed in the $400,000 Inglis banner on debut and raced at Group 2 level as a 2-year-old. So that's the next step, isn't it, following through these successes year to year?
Absolutely, it was great to see him do really well on the track as a 2-year-old so far. You know, he ran a terrific race in an early race like the Inglis banner, and has performed really well since. And knowing the horse, I think he'll be an exceptional 3-year-old too. I think there's a lot more to come for him. And also out of that Sydney Easter crop last year, we had Psychiatrist, who's a Metropolitan winning 2-year-old. So and there's a few others in amongst that draft that we know are coming through the system, so we're looking forward to seeing them hit the track. The stallions are going really well, all too hard. As you say, he's our proven flag bearer at the moment. Forbidden Love's been fantastic, you know, now a 3-time Group 1 winner. And he's also got Wellington, who's won a couple of Group 1s over there in Hong Kong, which is terrific. Horses like Headwater and Star Turn doing terrific things, and the stallions we're very proud of, and they're doing really well. And off the farm, the racehorses that are coming off the farm like Marabi and those 2-year-olds that I previously mentioned are just a great testament to the farm.
Well, starting here with lot 51 by Zoostar from Antelope. Not a single doubt the dam sire, well, that's a huge bonus. And Antelope was a 2-time winner and a full sister to the star sprinter Miracles of Life. You throw snippets in there as well, double Redute's Choice. It's a fascinating page, isn't it?
It's a terrific page, and this is a colt that I think's got everything. He's by a fantastic stallion in Zoostar. He's out of a not a single doubt mare who just happens to be a sister to a filly that won a Blue Diamond as a 2-year-old. Zoostar's got a stakes winner out of a not a single doubt mare also. So he's got everything backing him up, on the pedigree side of things. But then you have a look at him and he's just a magnificent forward-looking colt. He looks like his pedigree suggests. I think he's a ready-made 2-year-old type. He's got lots of quality. He's a beautiful colour. He's just a magnificent colt, and I can't wait to get him down there.
Lot 198 is by Written Tycoon from Gracie's Lass. This colt's a half-brother to a horse I absolutely love, Artorius, a Blue Diamond Stakes winner placed in races such as the Coolmore and the Caulfield Guineas. This is an interesting mix with current champion Australian sire Written Tycoon, who imparts so much speed, and his dam is by champion broodmare sire Redute's Choice, and also produced 4-time winner One More Choice. How would you sum up this colt?
He's a lovely colt. He's again a colt that I think will get up and run as a 2-year-old, like his half-brother Artorius. Artorius has been a fantastic product for our farm out there on the racetrack, having won a Blue Diamond, and he's a horse that probably races that needs a little bit of luck just because of his racing pattern. But I'm not really sure if they're taking him over to England or not this year, but I could see him sort of really featuring in races over there. So this colt's got everything as well. He's by a champion sire. His mother's by a champion broodmare sire. His granddam is a stakes winner by More Than Ready, who was also Group 1 placed as a 2-year-old. And Written Tycoon's done very well with both Redute's Choice mares and More Than Ready mares. He's got a Group 1 winner out of a More Than Ready mare. And of course this season's well-performed 2-year-old Coolangatta is out of a More Than Ready mare as well. He's a lovely colt, this colt. He's got the pedigree to back him up, and he'll be well sought after, I believe.
Lot 54 by Star Turn from Arctic Success. The dam of this colt's a half-sister to Golden Slipper winner Polar Success, and produced Arctic Thunder, who's now won 8 times, and also Roots, who's racing so well in Sydney, winning 2 and placing 2 from 4. What do you expect this colt to do? There's obviously plenty of speed in there.
I think he'll get up and run as a 2-year-old. I think the Star Turns have demonstrated that they can get up and run as 2-year-olds. In fact, out of his first crop last year, he had the highest winners to runners percentage over all stallions with 2-year-olds. I think his nearest rival was I Am Invincible and Snitzel, which were about 10% below him. So they get up and run as 2-year-olds. This colt's dam is obviously a half-sister to a Golden Slipper winner, so there's plenty of early speed in there. And she's thrown 2 very handy horses, like Roots is stakes placed behind Fangirl this season and looks a very promising filly for the future. And Arctic Thunder is actually now won 8 races. She's won another one since the catalogue went to print, and has won over 300,000 on the track now. So she can obviously produce a runner. Star Turns, obviously proving that he can get them to the track and win at stakes level. Yeah, I think this colt won't take long to get to the racetrack.
Lot 306 by Done Deal from Moosai. This colt's by Done Deal. Moosai is by Fastnet Rock, a half-sister to the great sprinter Star Spangled Banner. She's a 3/4 sister also to 1,000 Guineas winner Amicus, and this is only her second foal. And the Saddler's World's Fastnet Rock Cross is amongst the world's best, so there's some classic blood in there as well as the speed.
Yeah, he's a lovely colt, this colt. Done Deal's obviously doing a terrific job at stud, and I think the best may be yet to come. He's got some really nice crops coming through for him, and I've got a lot of time for this mare. Her first foal was a nice I Am Invincible colt that we got 700 $700,000 for last year. Physically, it's a good match, and we've got an exceptional colt on our hands here. He's very good looking. The cross works, as you say, so really looking forward to getting this colt down at the sales, and I think he'll go extremely well.
Lot 342, I Am Invincible Peace Force filly. This is, of course, the half sister to your $2.1 million Nobel last year. And this is a filly, obviously, but how does she compare to the big, robust Nobel from last year?
Oh, look, he was a magnificent colt, obviously, having made $2.1 million. So I'm not sure that she's in that bracket. She's got a lot of quality to her. I think a filly like this, with the quality that she's got and the pedigree that she's got underneath her, she holds terrific value. These fillies are so hard to get after their racing days. She's a nice athletic filly. I'm Invincible obviously gets a 2-year-old. Nobel has performed well as a 2-year-old. We're looking forward to getting her down there also, and I think for those breeders looking for a nice filly to race and to breed from later, she's going to be on their shortlists.
Lot 272 is a filly by All Too Hard from Manasari. It's easy to forget what an elite racehorse he was, a 4-time Group 1 winner. The filly's a great Vinery Stud cross, being from a more than ready mare, a cross that really works. This is the only All Too Hard at Easter, and she certainly deserves her place there.
Absolutely, Caroline. We were very keen to have an All Too Hard at Easter, and we certainly feel that he deserved some yearlings in that sale. And this filly's actually bred on that same cross as Forbidden Love, being out of a more than ready mare, as is Wellington. Obviously, the cross was going to get every chance, with those two stallions having stood here, but, you can try it as much as you like, but it's then got to go out and perform well, and perform well it has. So, this filly's got a lot of quality. She's very good looking. She's got a good female family underneath her, but I think the All Too Hards really do represent terrific value, because like Forbidden Love and like Wellington and like Behemoth, they're racing year in, year out, and at a good level. So, I think if you're looking for a horse to take you through a number of racing seasons with a lot of fun, then All Too Hard is a great stallion to be doing that with.
I guess the staff are really excited to another whole new level heading to Inglis Easter. Dennis has great experience with preparing elite yearlings and Group 1 winners, but is there an extra spring in their step heading down this year?
It's always very exciting. Obviously, what happened last year was tremendous, and we took great pride in that, to top the averages, and we're very excited again to be getting down there. And Dennis clearly does a terrific job. He's somebody that the whole buying bench knows and can talk to with confidence, and he's got a great team underneath him as well. So it's a team game, this, and we all get down there and do our bit. The most important thing is to get the horses sold, and sold well, and then into good stables, and so that they can go out there and perform like the great graduates off this farm have been doing. Obviously, Sydney Easter is at that next level, and we're really looking forward to getting down there and getting into it.
Always fun seeing which of the yearlings we feature in our preview will star as Group 1 performers on the racetrack from Vinery Stud. Coming up after the break, two wonderful boutique Australian broodmare farms, Crestfield and Tyreel Stud. Welcome back to our 2022 Inglis Australian Easter Yearling Sale preview. Bruce Neal has one of Australia's most successful thoroughbred broodmare operations that regularly produces the stars of the track. His elite broodmare band is fastidiously matched with the best stallions on offer, and the Easter selection for this year is as mouthwatering as any that have gone before. Crestfield, you have just a fantastic reputation of developing these families that Bruce Neal and everyone involved have had for so many generations. How's it looking going into Inglis Easter this year? Because again, you have great representatives of all those families.
Yes, we do, Carolyn, and I think you've said the right word there in developing. What we really tried to do with this draft was keep it really neat, keep it concise. We really made this deliberate choice to really zero in and try and select the yearlings that really fit that Easter brief. So some of those things were that they had to be by proven size, which all of ours are, And also out of these sort of young up-and-coming mares, you know, that the buyers are just really thirsty for. So all of our yearlings are just that. They're by proven size, out of young up-and-coming families, and they're just really good types, good conformation, just tick all those Easter boxes.
Yeah, and I guess the thing is too, I mean, we're seeing so many of these sales that are really just going through the roof. There's so much interest in the top end of the thoroughbred market.
Yes, and you know, like Easter's at the back end of that sale season, so you have to take that top end to Easter or you're just not there and having any fun. So we want to go and we want to have fun, so we've got our very best there.
Well, we start here at Crestfield for 2022 with lot 144, gorgeous colt by I Am Invincible from Egyptian Symbol. I mean, I Am Invincible, you know, the list just goes on, doesn't it? Marabi and Home Affairs and 1,000 you could name, just in recent times as well. But I just love this dam side too. Egyptian Symbol, she's by Stratum, she won 8 times, she won the Toy Show, the Niverson, the Starlight, the list just goes on. And her dam was the wonderful Tough race mare, Our Egyptian Rain, yeah, Tough being the operative too. He already looks like a stallion, doesn't he? He's got that great head, that great coat, and just a presence.
Yes, Carolyn. I asked you to try and find fault in this guy. Isn't he just a stunner? Like, he is absolutely beautiful, just lovely proportions. Like you say, that real good stallion head, those jowls. And you know what? He's got a lovely, neat temperament too. He's a bit of a dude, just happy to coast along and go along with it. So he's just such a great example of the colt that you want. Just so thrilled that mare, that's her first effort, if you think is just amazing.
Next is a colt, lot 386 by Lonro from a pivotal mare, Rosenthal, 4-time winner, a stakes winner in France, a multiple stakes winner in France, which is, you know, the elite of the elite, as we say. But, you know, you go back, and this is fascinating, from when Mannington was over in Europe, the Mannington, Benicio, Romnea family, it just keeps delivering as well. So tell us the story behind this colt, because it's a fascinating matchup, Lonro and this gorgeous Rosenthal.
Yeah, so the mare is a mare that we bought and raced for a little while with the idea to send her to Frankel in the Northern Hemisphere and Southern Hemisphere time. So she actually raced on. I think she had another win while she was in foal to Frankel and then came back and foaled down here. We since then bred the mare to Lonro, and this is the resultant colt that we have here now. So, you know, looking at the pedigree, there's a nice sort of mixture there between the European lines and the Australian colonial line. So a real interesting pedigree. I think this guy is probably going to want that bit further in the trip. He sort of seems to fit that mould. But, you know, I remember watching him a lot as a foal when he was growing up, and he always caught your eye in the paddock. He was just that one that sort of stood out, that you left the paddock and you always remembered, and he still holds that bit of presence now.
Then we get to lot 423. This is a colt by Fastnet Rock out of the Shamadale mare Shrill. So Shamadale as a broodmare sire is just absolute gold too. She won a couple of times. She was a stakes performer in Ireland too. But again, you have this fabulous international family, the family of the absolute superstar champion mare Miesk. And I love this sort of Fastnet Rock. I mean, I like these big guys, and I like, you know, the fact that they're so like him. And what a great racehorse he's been, and stallion.
Yes, indeed, absolutely. Look, and he is so Fastnet Rock, isn't he? There's no mistaking when he walks out with that head. Amazing. But and that's his genetics. So too, being out of a Shamadale mare, what else could you expect? But he's just such a big, raw-boned, strong guy. He's a real brute of a colt, isn't he? And he's going to be a big, powerful guy for sure. Yeah.
Lot 156 is a colt by Exceed and Excel from Epitomise, a more than ready mare. Again, a fabulous broodmare sire. It's always great watching these pedigree matchups also with the dam sire. It's obviously so important when Bruce and the team are doing all the pedigrees. And of course, this is the family of Personal, Second Dam Personify, Laissez-Faire, Procrastinate again. It's just a fantastic family. And so Exceed and Excel too, you know, just ready to go.
Yeah, look, it's a royal family, this one, isn't it, really? And just so deep and ever present. It's always coming up, always popping up. What I like about this colt is he's quite a refined sort of a colt. He's pretty and he's light on his feet, and, you know, he's just this really neat, racy looking Exceed, which I think people will like.
And finally, lot 442, a colt by Zoostar from the Hinchinbrook mare Sprite. A lot of Zoostar about this fellow, but also some Hinchinbrook Fastnet Rock through the dam side. And what a great race filly Sprite was too. Of course, she won the Robert Sangster and a multiple group winner outside of that as well. He just has this gorgeous action, doesn't he? And a really good temperament to boot.
Yeah, he's a stunner, Carolyn, absolutely. He, like you say, has got that lovely fluid walk, and he's just such a relaxed kind of cool dude that it really shows up. Look, we were so lucky that we were able to purchase a share in this mare in partnership with our neighbours at Robrick Lodge, and just so fortunate. She's an absolutely stunning mare. She's left another nice colt for us on the ground. As this is her first effort as a colt, and we're really excited to be in partnership with this mare. But you know, just that lovely luminescent red bay. We probably didn't get to see that today given the bit of cloud cover, but hopefully the buyers will see him at Inglis and he'll really light up.
Well, I think the whole draft is going to really light up at Riverside when you get them down there. How do you feel about the sale this year? I mean, we know these sales are going through the roof. Obviously, there's still, you know, most people can get there despite COVID, but, you know, it's going to be an interesting sale overall because the very best are there.
The very best are there, yes. And I think, like you say, we've seen the sales just, you know, really, they just exploded, and you have that high expectation of Easter. So fingers crossed that it delivers. And but it's exciting. It's exciting taking this calibre of horse in this sort of sales environment, and we can only hope for the best.
Always a pleasure showcasing the elite yearlings at Crestfield. Linda and Lawrence Mond's Tyreel Stud has a great history and a current reputation for producing champions of the ilk of classic legend. And the 2022 Inglis Easter Draft is their most exciting yet.
Who would have thought 2022 has come around so quickly? It just seems like yesterday that in 2014 we were presenting our first Inglis Easter yearlings. Now we are heading to the 2022 Inglis Easter sales with a draft of 11 yearlings. They are outstanding. They're, I would say, the best draft we've ever put together, from physical type to pedigree. They are just phenomenal. This draft feels like it's been a lifetime to get to this point. It's something that we've aimed for the last 8 years, to be able to represent clients and our own yearlings with our own brand of this quality and this calibre. We are just very proud of the team that has helped us all along the way. Vanessa Benson, our yearling manager, she's done an amazing job with these yearlings to get them from coming out of the paddock to how they look today. Just incredible. Rob Sims has just done an amazing job supporting the whole team, and right down to all of our staff that help us here at Tyreel Stud. We could not be here and we could not do what we do today without all of their help. We're so excited for the next few weeks ahead. We're nearly there, and we're looking forward to seeing everyone at the Inglis Sales Complex.
We're one of the luckiest people, I think, in the industry. This is one of the greatest boutique farms in Australia. Through its history with our new owners, it's been redeveloped. Linda and Lawrence have done a tremendous job at the helm of the farm, developing it and nurturing this farm up to the point where we're about to present one of the best drafts Tyreel's ever produced.
And how have you felt this draft have come through this prep?
Well, we take great pride in looking at these young stock from very early on in their lives and dreaming the dream of getting them to Easter. We're extremely fortunate with some of the individuals that were growing out in the paddocks. You could already see there's star qualities in them. We were able to fine-tune them. They haven't missed a beat. They have just gone from strength to strength, and it's so nice to see horses grow, mature, strengthen, and then when they come into the barn, that final 9 weeks of their life, they seem to just go to another level. Some of the horses that are coming out across the lawn are just stunning. They've gone past where you even imagine they would be when they're young weanlings growing out on our rivers flats. They have just exceeded all expectations.
We start here at Tyreel with lot 99, a colt by Hellbent from Catalonia. We know Hellbent's 2-year-olds are starting to come out and show something, and this is a 3-quarter brother to Espania, who was the winner of the Inglis banner in Melbourne, who Tyreel sold to Emirates for $750,000 at Inglis Easter. And down the bottom of the page there's an update into Lagos, the grand dam of this season's Magic Night Stakes winner. She's Extreme, who backed up for 7th in the Golden Slipper. Just such a handsome colt, isn't he?
He's a really strong individual. And again, from very early on in the piece, we wanted to stand out from Hellbent's crop. We knew that Hellbent was going to be a special stallion, and we wanted to have the horse at the Easter Yearling sale that would stand out, strike everybody, because he's a big, imposing, real 2-year-old sort. He's just strengthened through his hip, moves so nicely. My personal opinion is he'll be one of the best Hellbents on the ground, if not for the entire year.
Lot 340 is a colt by Deepfield from Passerelle. We know Deepfield's getting so many stakes performers now. Passerelle is by the huge broodmare influence, not a single doubt. A half-sister to Triple WA Group winner Silverstream. This is a half-brother to She Brings It, who placed in the SA Chairman Stakes and was 4th in the SA Derby and Oaks. I just love this Speedy Belle, Speedy Natalie family, and there's so much not a single doubt coming through, as well as the power of Deepfield too.
We're so lucky to be entrusted with this horse to prepare. As soon as he stepped off the truck, he takes your eye. There are those strong influences from Not a Single Doubt's female line coming through. He's got that flashy, striking look. But then as we've watched him grow, he's just strengthened. The bone on him is so strong, sound, very tough looking horse, moves with purpose. I think he's going to fit that niche model that Deepfield has started to develop, with his colts in particular, with the deeds from overseas. The demand for horses with speed influence is exceptional, and I really do think he's gonna make the mark.
Lot 389 is a filly by Seamus Award from Royal Reign, and what an incredible stallion Seamus Award has become. Of course, he's a Cox Plate winner by Snitzel, and he's a stunning individual now as a mature stallion at Rosemont Stud. Douay, an Australian Cup winner, Incentivised, the Caulfield Cup, and so many more. And the dam's by a wonderful broodmare sire, Thorn Park. And this filly's a half-sister to a filly I just love, Indecent Rain, who's been a multiple stakes place getter as well in the Swettenham Stud colours. And this is such a sensible filly, very Seamus Award, and plenty of Snitzel in there too.
She, again, we've been very lucky to be entrusted to prepare her for this sale. She gets off the truck. She's got that workman-like attitude that you love to see in these yearlings. She hasn't missed a note. Every stage that we've taken her to, she embraces. She pushes through her bridle. Even when we're walking with her, there's that purpose and strength and that enthusiasm. And I think as a horse person, you've got to have a horse that really wants to do it for you. And this filly, she's got a real can-do attitude, great physique. Yes, Seamus Award doesn't set the sales ring alight, but as we know, with time, he's starting to set the racetrack alight. This filly's got it all in spades. She's moving forward, she's very progressive. She's the right article for this sale.
Next, lot 437 is a filly by Zoostar from Sulaterre, at 3/4 sister to the mighty filly Sunlight, who won the Coolmore Stud Stakes, the Newmarket, the William Reid. A really forward sort of type of filly, A, being such a close relation to Sunlight, and of course by Zoostar.
I can't really encapsulate this filly enough to be able to do her justice. From a very early stage, we could have taken her to any sale because she was so forward. She grew so well. It gives us great pride to present this filly at Easter because she is everything already. You can nearly see the saddle on her back. She's grown and developed into already the 2-year-old racehorse. When you look at her, she has the sleek speed lines that you like to see in a horse. She's nice and clean limbed. She moves beautifully. You could dream that Sunlight's, reappearing again, but it's the way that she just moves and the way that she's come through the prep that, encourages us to believe that she's got all the star qualities as her relative had.
Lot 348 I've been dying to see, as I do every year that we can see these yearlings from the wonderful mare in Pinocchio. This is a filly by I Am Invincible. She's a really special girl, isn't she? A half-sister to Classique Legend and a Thero. The dam's a gorgeous mare, Pinocchio, full sister to Racing to Win. Last year, So You Think, was sold for $1.1 million to Bon Ho from Pinocchio. And hasn't Pinocchio been a wonderful mare to Tyreel Stud? And she does produce elite racehorses.
She's the stuff of dreams to have a mare like that on our farm. She gets treated no differently than any of our other mares. She comes through our system, but she's got that God-given gift to give us a gem every single time. You've seen the exploits of I Am Invincible on the track and in the sales ring, but again, Pinocchio's put the twist on it herself. This filly, from very early on, would catch anybody's eye. She's got really sharp, elegant lines to her. Obviously, the female influence of the grey genes come through, but it's the star qualities that she's got in her balance and her elegant lines that she has that a lot of Vinnies do, but there's a few that just have that extra element of quality, and she's got it. The mare just year in, year out seems to do an exceptional job with her children. This filly's sharp, she's sound, she's good moving, she's got all the star qualities that Pinocchio gives her children. This is going to be another star.
And finally, at Tyreel lot 467, a filly by Piero from Tai Nu. Now, this is a late November foal, so still some maturing to do. We know Piero's just such a wonderfully successful stallion to breed from. The dam's by one of the great European stallions, Dan Silly, from a Giant's Causeway mare. She's already done the job producing the Summon Stakes winner Steinem by Frankel, who was also placed in the Group 3 Birthday Card Stakes on Golden Slipper Day. But, you know, as I said, it's a maturing to do, but the raw product's there.
For a late foal, it's all in front of it. She's got a lovely athletic frame. She moves very well. The encouraging thing is she's catching everybody up and she's given them 4 months in life. I see the best part of her life in the next 6 months. Often these later foals, they eventually catch up with their peers. Through the prep, she's done nothing but come forward in leaps and bounds, and I'd like to see in the next 2 weeks while we're presenting her at the sales, she really stamps herself as a late maturing horse, but she's really moving forward quickly. Very exciting.
And it is just such an exciting time, isn't it? I mean, the creme de la creme, you know, the horses, the buyers, you know, the owners, everybody involved in racing and breeding will be at Riverside in a very short while. But the excitement for you guys, hands-on with these gorgeous horses, it really, you know, I don't know how you describe it.
It's hard to describe. It's part of our life on this farm. Every individual member invests their life into this farm. This time of year is particularly special for us though, because it really marks the culmination of everything that's gone on for the last 12 months. A lot of excitement is now starting to build between the staff, and I even think the horses feel it as they're coming out to parade. The fitness levels are increasing. Everything is slowly just coming to head now. We can't wait to get there. We can't wait to show everybody these horses. And just to be there and experience it, it's a sale like nothing else. And the way that the sales have gone, this sale season, this could be one of the most, you know, historic sale Easters for a long time. And with everything that's gone on in the world, we're all looking forward to enjoying those 8 days at the sale complex, and we can't wait to show you.
A real showpiece operation, Tyreel Stud, and I can't wait to see their Easter yearlings going through the ring at Riverside this year. Coming up after the break, two great Australian thoroughbred farms, Yarraman Park and Kitchwin Hills. Mick Malone's Kitchwin Hills is situated on some fantastic thoroughbred producing land just past Gundy in the Hunter Valley of New South Wales. And with some incredibly astute and successful clients, the Kitchwin draft is always guaranteed to produce some absolute pearls. Nick, Kitchwin Hills, it's always great to come up here and see your fabulous yearlings by always a range of different stallions and so many wonderful female families involved. And you've had Melbourne Cup winners, Golden Slipper winners, you name it, you've had it from this farm.
And we love having you, Caroline, so thanks for coming up. Yeah, it's just one of those farms, and we're humbled by every year that goes by. Another nice horse comes off the farm, and we've got some terrific clients, terrific staff, and yeah, and what a great time to be in the racing industry. It's just so buoyant, and there's plenty of money around, and it's looking very positive for the next few years to come. It's really, really important to have to not only have lovely yearlings and look the part, which I think we've got some beautiful yearlings for Easter, as you've seen today, and the guys will see. But for them to leave that sale ground, go home, go forward, and continue to grow and go in the right direction, and then go on to be, to be that stakes horse on the tracks. That's what it's all about.
And you've had some good judges who've been liking these horses so far.
Yeah, it's sort of early days. I was saying before, we don't get as many people through for Easter as you do for some of the bigger sales, just because it's a smaller catalogue and they know they've got the time to get through the catalogue at the sale, so you don't get quite as many, but you definitely get all the good judges. But we had Michael Kerwin and James Bester here today, and Cura's manager in Shane Wright, so it was terrific to have them up.
And it is all about the future, isn't it? I mean, you're building a new yearling barn, you have a new yearling manager, Oscar, and it's really about going forwards always, isn't it?
It sort of brings to the end of a bit of an era for us here at this yearling barn, and it's been terrific, and we've raised some of the best horses, in the country. We're going to build a full new yearling complex, 40 new boxes, beautiful new walker, turnout yards, and it'll be down next to our stand barn, so the area where we show our yearlings will be able to where we show our stands as well. So it's a big step for us in the next sort of 12 months. We're also building a guest house, and there's a lot going on at Kitchwin, so watch this space.
Well, Oscar, welcome to Kitchwin Hills. It's fantastic to see yourself in the yearling manager role, and it's just a unique place, isn't it, in the Australian thoroughbred breeding industry?
It is, Caroline. I'm loving it up here. It's a good family environment. Mick's been really helpful into the new role. Obviously the farm results speak for themselves. It's a really cool spot to be.
Well, looking at the first of your yearlings, you're prepping in your first yearling prep here at Kitchwin as manager. Lot 97 is a lovely filly by I Am Invincible from Cascais, a Fastnet rock mare. She won the Talondirt Stakes, so she was out and going early as a 2-year-old, but it's the family of Ballet Sweet, Flak Jacket, Molokai Prince, so much 2-year-old speed right throughout. How do you describe this filly and how she's gone in the preparation?
I think she's a serious filly, this filly. She's got that real Vinny quality about her, that head and eye, but she's also that Fastnet that's thrown into her as well. She's a lovely mover, really nice, well-balanced filly. She looks early to my eye as well. She's been a pleasure to prep. She's taken everything in her stride. She's just eaten up, got on with her work. She's a bit of a barn favourite.
Lot 323, this is a filly by Piero, and in fact this filly is a 3/4 sister to Pierata. Her dam November Rose, a full sister to the gorgeous November Fly, who produced not only Pierata but Ashokan as well, who won a Skyline. So again, a fantastic family here, and just such a Piero, isn't she?
She is. It's a massive page, isn't it? There's a lot of Pierata in this filly, I think, too. She's beautifully well balanced. She's also been an absolute pleasure to prep. We are really, really proud of this family and what it's done for Kitchwin Hills.
Lot 71 from Kitchwin here. As agent for the Chicks at Windsor Park Stud in New Zealand, this is a Savabeel filly from Bayrock, a Fastnet rock mare who's a full sister to Merchant Navy, Jolie Bay and so many others. And this filly herself is the full sister to Hindam, who won the Twilight Glow. So it's just a fantastic, not only filly's family, but Merchant Navy right in there up close as well. Great page to go with.
Yeah, she's a quality horse. Obviously Savabeel, what he's done with Moanga, 7-time champion sire in New Zealand. She's got Savabeel all over. Also, there's a lot of the mare in her, being a Fastnet rock mare, big, strong, scopy type of horse. She's the type of horse, she's got a bit of spice about her, but a lot of those good quality fillies have that bit of spunk, sets them apart from the rest. Oh, it's really nice to have one of Windsor Park's quality horses here again, Caroline. Roddy has obviously sent it over here, trusting us, and we're happy to present it for him.
Next is lot 128, a filly by Zoostar from the Husson Mare Dancers. So a lot of Husson and Hussonet in this chestnut filly. It is the family of Snitzel and also Hinchinbrook Viennese as well, with the same sort of cross. And the half Mambo Dancer is with Peter Moody, who has huge wraps on it. And, some really good judges like this filly.
Yeah, she's a bit of a standout as well. She's a lovely mover. There's a lot of Zoostar, but as you say, there's a lot of Hussonet. She's a real lovely type of horse too. Beautiful nature. Has just really prepped herself. She's obviously by a great stallion in Zoostar, but you can see a lot of the Dams family coming through in her. She looks a real early 2-year-old type, and she's a lovely mover.
Lot 28 is a filly, another one by Zoostar, of course, the great son of Northern Meteor. Work Drinks by Fastnet Rock. She was a winner herself over 1,000 metres. Just her second foal. The first foal is already a trial winner and much loved by Maddie Dunn.
They've got huge reps on that colt, so it's exciting taking this filly to Easter. She looks a big, powerful, early horse. This filly probably is more your typical Zoostar than the Dancer. She's got those typical Zoostar ears and that big nostril and head that he has. She's got a big neck and big shoulder. She's a really nice type of horse. Looks like she'll be an early runner.
And finally from Kitchwin, a colt, lot 372 by Written Tycoon out of Red Fez, a red ransom mare. She was a 3-time winner, but she was placed in races such as the CUNY, the Angus Armanasco, and she's had 2 winners by Snitzel and now has a colt. Of course, he's a 4-time champion Australian sire. She now has a colt by the current champion Australian sire, Written Tycoon.
Obviously, Caroline Written Tycoon can do no wrong, and this colt is an absolute belter. He just looks 2-year-old speed to me. He's a bit of a bull, and we really think he's going to go early.
And it is the family, and not far down at all either, of Shooting to Win and also Deep Field. So we're talking about a colt with a bit of a stallion's page.
It is a stallion's page. She's your real typical son of Written Tycoon, and we know he is the sire of sires. Look what he's done in horses like Capitalist, and this horse looks like he could go on and do similar things.
And as you say, it is exciting. I mean, this is what we try and sort of show in these previews, is for the staff that, you know, yearling managers such as yourself, but all the staff heading to Inglis Easter with horses of this calibre. It's exciting.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of work goes into these horses. I'm just lucky enough, I've only been here a month and this has been my first prep with the farm, but there's 2 years of work goes into getting the horses to the sale, the matings, the foaling downs. I'm just here to put the icing on the cake. Everyone else has done the hard work, and I've loved this prep, but keen to get stuck into plenty more.
The industry itself, it's self-sufficient. Like the prize money that's on offer, you know, you can come in and buy syndicated horses by 10%, and if you've got the right horse and win 2 or 3 in town, it's just a really good profit. And those horses can residually going forward, you can on-sell at all the major mare sales, and if you just happen to get a stand prospect, we all know what can happen then.
Looking forward to seeing the Kitchwin Yearlings getting to the track and reaching group status in the coming years. Harry and Arthur Mitchell are mainstays of the Australian thoroughbred breeding industry, and their success has reached new heights thanks to the deeds of their breed-shaping stallion, I Am Invincible. It's no surprise people will be lining up to buy the offerings from Yarraman Park in 2022. At Yarraman Park, we're here on an absolutely beautiful day after all the rain. The farm is looking in fantastic order, and again you're coming off a fantastic 12 months.
Yeah, no, it's been good. I mean, obviously the world's had its challenges, and we've been through droughts a few years ago now, but no, look, it's really good. We didn't get all the rain that Sydney got, so we're very lucky, but no, the farm's had a great year the last 12 months. You know, we've launched Hellbent, and we're very excited the way he's going, and also I'm Invincible, obviously, who's our flagship horse, has had a great season with home affairs, etc. So, no, it's been a good year.
Yeah, and the I'm Invincibles too. We are now working through these years where he had these wonderful mares as well that went to him, and you know, the quality, if it could, has even further improved.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, obviously he's one of Australia's leading stallions. He's leading at the moment, but yeah, he gets very good mares, and he's a great type getter. So he throws lovely quality horses, and oh look, if you've got good mares, I think he's a horse you've sort of got to breed to, really.
Well, we start here at Yarraman with lot 145, a lovely filly by I Am Invincible, as you mentioned, home affairs, his gun Marabi winning the Oakley Plate, and this is just such a lovely, sensible, you know, the perfect Vinny sort of filly from Ectofar, more than ready mare, who was a Group 2 winner in South Africa. And this filly was picked up as a weanling for $600,000 from the Shadwell Dispersal. She's improved even further from there. She's just a gem.
Yeah, look, she's a very nice filly. We bought her with some clients. Yeah, look, we're excited about her. She's a great type. She's got a great mind. She's just a beautiful filly, and it's a great family. So, look, we think we can do well with anyway.
Next is lot 402. This is another I Am Invincible filly from Sassy and Smart. And Smart Missile, the dam sire, could almost have won a golden slipper. He was the favourite. 2 wins, a stakes winner in New Zealand and also a group place getter, Sassy and Smart. Mallory's there, second in the Fireball since this catalogue went to print. And this filly just has the most magnificent walk, doesn't she? Or magnificent action on her. And she's really forward and short coupled and ready to go.
Yeah, I don't think there'll be many Vinny fillies better than her in the sale. I mean, she's out of a stakes winner and who's a half to Mallory. It's a good American family, out of a young mare. The mare's got another very, very good I'm Invincible colt and back in foal. But, you know, she's a very special filly. We've loved her from the time she hit the ground. So, you know, she's A grade, that's for sure.
Lot 141 is a filly by Per Encanto from Dream Life. Per Encanto, just a wonderful son of a Street Cry standing at Little Avondale in New Zealand. This is, of course, the full sister to Lost and Running, who won the Hunter. He's just, and you know, performed in all those elite Group 1 sprints. He's just a superstar sprinter. He's going to get, you'd imagine, a Group 1 at some point or an Everest or one of those races because he's still maturing, which is what the Per Encantos can continue to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, he's a serious racehorse, Lost and Running. It's a matter of time before he wins his Group 1. Look, she's a lovely filly. She's a full sister to him from a nice pedigree. She's got size and scope and a nice way about her. So, you know, she'd be a great addition to anybody's bloodstock portfolio.
Lot 440 is a colt by Hellbent, your very own son of I Am Invincible. This is from the Commands Mare Speedboats. Makes him the half-brother to Captivant, the Champagne Stakes winner and place getter in a Caulfield Guineas. And this is just such a real Hellbent, isn't it? And it has a lovely action.
Yeah, he's a good moving horse. He's a lovely, good-sized horse. I think he's the nicest Hellbent cull I've seen. He's got everything, really. He's a great mover. He's got a great mind. He's a very attractive horse. There's not much to not like about him, really. He has a full brother, 2-year-old, whose name is Warby, after the speedboat man, I think. I know he's trialled up very well for Kieran Maher, and they like the horse a lot. So the mare could be a good mare, I think.
Lot 176 is by I Am Invincible from Flying Jess, from a Hinchinbrook mare. She was a wonderful race filly. She won the SA Size Produce, the Magic Millions Guineas at 3, and this is another really forward sort of Vinny as well. Hinchinbrook is undoubtedly going to be a good broodmare sire, and just a really nice type of colt here. And again, you know, just has that good attitude towards what he has to do.
Yeah, he does. He's a nice colt. Look, he's an average-sized horse with a good hind quarter, a very good brain. Look, Flying Jess was a good filly. I mean, she won the Magic Million Guineas. You know, she beat horses like Global Glamour, winning Rupert. So, you know, she was a proper filly. I've got a lot of time for Hinchinbrook mares. Some of the stock we're seeing out of the Hinchinbrook mares are really, really nice. And they've got great strength and great brains. And Flying Jess is one of the better ones. And, no, we like the horse a lot. He's a nice, sharp-looking horse, and he should do well.
And overall, looking at this, the catalogue, I mean, you know, we know that this sort of brings the creme de la creme of Australian, you know, thoroughbred breeding together at the Inglis Easter Sale. How do you read the play for 2022?
Well, so far the year's been very good all through the sales. You know, I think the middle market's been the real strength of it, more than the top of it. But look, Easter's the best place to buy and sometimes the best place to sell, but I think people get great value there in that middle bracket. I really do. I think they get a lot of bang for their buck. But I'm sure the sale will be a very good sale. I mean, it's been the trend, and Australian prize money's so good now, and there's so much interest here from everywhere all over the world. When we have Americans ringing us and Europeans, and they're all, you know, mad keen to be involved down here. So that plus our domestic market, I think it's got to be good.
A wonderful family operation there at Yarraman Park. That wraps up our extended preview of the 2022 Inglis Australian Easter Yearling Sale. Make sure you mark down the yearlings that took your fancy in the preview, and be sure to be watching the live sales coverage with Jason Richardson and myself on Sale Day Live. But of course, if you can be at Riverside Stables at Warwick Farm in Sydney on Tuesday the 5th and Wednesday the 6th of April, there's no place quite like it. Good luck if you're buying and selling, and I look forward to seeing you at another historic Inglis Easter Yearling Sale. I'm Caroline Searcy. I'll see you there.